What's up guys, Cloudie here, checking in with Vespa's second developer talk for December, which is also gonna be their final one it seems. Said now about that, but maybe there will be something else, I guess we will see. Before we get into things, some of you might already be celebrating, so here's a happy holidays to all of you. I'm planning to do like a Christmas special video, but that's gonna still have to wait a little bit. Until then, this is just a small greeting. So yeah, let's see what this developer talk is all about. Now the way this website looks on the PC still cracks me up, like why can't this picture be showing properly? But okay, let's see the developer talk. So hero balance adjustments. Yeah, they have planned for January in the first update actually to rebalance Gremory, Sha and Artemia. And then they explain that they only picked 3 heroes because they realized that if they try to do too many at once, then the results are not really satisfactory. Let's say that way. Let's see, Gremory. So they want it to be a dealer. It always cracks me up when they say dealer because it makes me think of an entirely different thing, and maybe I'm just too old school, raised on World of Warcraft, that we keep saying DPS. But okay, so her performance as an assassin is not living up to their expectations, and they want to adjust her so that she can actually deal damage, I guess. So that's a good thing, because right now as a DPS she is quite terrible. Artemia, So yeah, her main profile was that she was doing a lot of AoE damage, and now with newer monsters and new types of skills she no longer shines that much anymore, so they want her to return to her former glory. I personally have seen Artemia being meta in so many things for so long. I don't quite mind that she's not like the queen over everything else nowadays. There are a lot of other heroes that could return to their former glory, like Justice for Aisha Wen. So, whatever, I guess we will see. For all of you who like Artemia or use her or have built her for various things, I guess this could be a good thing. We'll see how all of this turns out, but seems that they say that they want her to be an AoE specialist. And then there is Sha, who was one of the must-have heroes back in the days, and pretty much everyone needed her because of her CC immunity, and before that of course because of her CD reduction, so the cooldown reduction that she had, and which was nerfed away from her like after a year of being like that. So that was a real not a nice move from Vespa, let's say it that way. So yeah, Fallen Frey added in also had crowd immunity, and Shea did not provide enough buffs, so she was not on the must-have heroes. Well, do we need another hero on the must-have heroes list? That's a good question. I don't also, to be honest, I don't really miss the gameplay of Shea. It was really tiring, like constantly rotating those skills. And sure, you could like muscle memory after a while, but yeah. And if you were like playing on a phone, then which doesn't really give you a feedback when you press buttons, it was even harder to play her. I don't quite miss the times. They say that they want to make her so that it's easier to utilize her, and that she gets some buff effects to mitigate her not so usefulness. So we'll see about that. My main issue is that the way Vespa builds the game is that their basic idea is about difficulty is that she just one hits you. It's like if you do not have a 5-star unique treasure and defensive stats and whatever, then you just get one hit, and even then you often just get one hit. And that's the one thing why I really like Fallen Frey, because it just avoids that ooh, a diver jumped to my wizard and now she's dead, and that's a great game. What can I do about it? Have more high HP. Okay, so I don't know if Shea will really be viable in a lot of stuff where the damage is still that kind of insane. I guess we will see what they do about that. But yeah, they also say that they agree that some older heroes lost their place, and it is their plan to continue making adjustments. Now, if they have realized that the rebalance patches of November and December weren't that good quality, then how about they just redo them? That would be kind of nice, and maybe some of the heroes who didn't receive proper treatment could be improved too. Now let's see, quality of life and content improvements. Now they mention here the increased chance of obtaining soul stones via soul judgment, and also the renewal of the monthly rulebook. So they are still working on it, but they say that this is taking longer than they expected because they are also doing new content at the same time. Well, I didn't know it was, maybe, I don't know actually how big Vespa is, so maybe it really is just one person working on everything, or like a small group of people. So they say that they are planning to implement the soul judgment changes in the second update of January. So that's that. There you go, guys. We now have a date planned, and they plan to continue developing soul weapon content to allow more raiders to enjoy it. But they also caution that they do not want to make soul stones to become an ordinary everyday pool kind of thing. So probably there will be like a minor adjustment to the numbers. I guess we will get to see about that. So have to wait till the second update of January for that. I wish they did it sooner because I'm really just itching to use my soul stones or the fragments anyway. So yeah, the renewal of the monthly rulebook. It will take them longer as they are trying to rework the entire system instead of simply changing the rewards due to extra development and testing. Vespa does testing. Who would have thought about that? Well, they do mention a test server sometimes, but I wonder if it's closed or like inaccessible. Okay, so they say that they will try to bring this new rulebook as soon as they can, so no date set there. And then they mentioned that they are also looking at other outdated content, such as like some world bosses, guild content. Especially guild content really could use a touch-up, because right now it is kind of pointless. A lot of it is kind of meaningless in the current technomagic meta, and they promise to do this in the first quarter of 2021. They do apologize for the delays in this, and they try to develop a better gaming experience. So that's their usual things to say. Client stabilization, well, the usual lag freezing crashes issues. We are working on it. It takes time. That's the usual thing that they pretty much put into every developer node nowadays. They try to fix this one by one, and for me personally, it has been working better than it was before. But yeah, there are still people who crash in Eclipse or Guild Conquest or Arena, and that can be quite frustrating. Now, of course, having 100% issue-less client is not really realistic in my opinion, but of course having too many crashes is not nice either. After all, this is an online game and also a competitive game, so when the client itself causes you to lose, then that's not so nice. So yeah. And then the final part, they say, through our attempts at communication via developer talk behind the development storytelling from the scenario team, as we felt that we still have a long way to go. Unfortunately, this episode of developer talk will be the last of the series, but we plan on trying to find better ways to communicate. And this is the saddest part of this dev talk, because out of all the behind the scenes and storytelling and whatever, I thought this was the most interesting one, where they actually talked about what they are planning to do and gave a heads up about what to expect regarding the game. Because I don't know what this is with mobile games or Korean mobile games, that I'm not sure, but this whole patch notes are only released on the day of the patch itself, and kind of, I don't know, that just doesn't fit right with me. My history is I have played World of Warcraft like 8 years, and there you did not only get patch notes in advance, there were like open test servers that you could try, and things didn't just hit you in the face as a surprise, and they even took feedback sometimes regarding the community. And guess it was also smart, because they let the community test things out for them, and then you didn't feel like that something was released totally untested. Not saying that it was perfect, but it felt like it worked better than this whole cloak and dagger thing that Vespa also does, where you only get the patch notes right at the time when they are released, and until then you are left totally in the dark. And to some degree, the developer talk kind of helped with seeing what to expect and what not to expect. So I'm rather sad that they do not plan to keep doing this. They do say that they will try to find better ways to communicate, so they don't actually know what to do about this either. It might just go lost in the dark. So yeah, that's the final dev talk for the year, for December, and in general as well. The balance changes could be nice. Grammar definitely deserves an update. Yeah, Share Artemia could use one too. I'm just not quite sure if they are the most important ones, and whether I'm really looking forward to see them claim their former glory. And I definitely do not want Chad to be a must-have character, because we already have like 5 of those, and it's just getting a bit too many must-haves. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And this has been Cloudie for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.